Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be on right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Get your bitch right now. Since you want it right now, getting litty right now. Wanna text me right now, outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding the whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out of suitcase. Annie, are you okay? I fuck you good the long way. Watch how you talking to me. 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 Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six?
She's a keeper, legs like Serena, strong like Xena, turn into a streamer. She's a dancer, money from Atlanta. She's a cancer, phone ring, no answer. I'm getting litty, mixed dirty with the fenna. My life a movie, I always got a camera. I'm at Cabana, she's sucking my banana. Ooh, na-na. If we never met, I'm there right now. Put a bullet in my head right now. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Talking but you don't fight. Ooh, na-na. About a new life. Even when I'm wrong, you know I'm still right. On another level, reach a new height. I used to hit the block just in all white. Oh, I can't bless you, but my gun might.
Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? What I know right now, what I know right now, if I knew right now, what I know right now, I be on 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 right now.
You know what I like? I like the I like that girl on a girl you see, not Yuri, the other one. Well, this way. You know what she got? She got the pen, and she be writing, and shit be happening. Why did he take the pen away? I'm so upset. This is a nitpick. I'm really not upset at this chapter. You see how many character? Megane on, pen, book out. Where is my pen, bro? Where is the? Why did he do this? Why did he take that from her? What was the reason? I'm so hurt. I'm, I'm so mad. I felt like if she was a hostage with her ability and she was fighting with her ability, things could have been so interesting. Because I wanted to see how Keating would figure a way around that, as experienced as he is as one of the leaders of the Lopabia family. But no. But wait, there's more. You're giving it to Bam? She's not getting it back. She's never getting it back. Bam finna absorb that pen and become a fan fiction reality warping god, bro. He gonna start writing big meteor come boom, boom, and it's over. And I'm like, why? Just I just let her cook, let her brew. She was cooking. Yuri got her ass beat. What are we doing? No. Uh, I'm so sad. That's my nitpick. I guess that's not a big deal. We'll see how it plays out. But man, when she said she had her pen, would she get drunk and forget it? I'm like, I bet Yuri has it. Yuri has it. She's like, yeah, I'll give it to Ben to give back to you. I'm like, yeah, like the Black March. It's not. It's not coming back, man. But how's everyone doing? For any of my fellow Canadians, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I did. I ate great. I loved it. It was delicious. Take these off. And yeah, I ate a lot of turkey. It was great. It was great. It was great. We see what chat's saying, and then we'll get into it. But share with me your general thoughts and opinions in the chapter, what you did and didn't like. I'm gonna say this immediately. I like that lizard dude had adhesive shinsu. Now him throwing it up, yeah, that's gross. But I like that shinsu could also be adhesive, sticky. So we got another type of shinsu quality, which I thought was pretty cool, all things considered. They said the pen was too strong for Kirin. Kirin didn't want that smoke, right, Brian? You don't want the smoke. I've been slacking, but we here. Life can't stop my love for TOG. We gonna spit bars today. We feel it. The pen. See you. What the fuck is Kirin's goal? I'm low-key confused. I don't understand. I feel like they make unnecessary moves. It's a little muddled, but we'll try to figure it out together. Some of the stuff in this chapter wasn't it, fam. I'm here. Tiara's being robbed. SAU, I'll pull up the Korea. Stop being like this. He's admitting she would have packed up Kirin if he had her pen. See, that's my headcanon. SU can't let side characters do ish on their own. It's always been Bam Spotlight. Reality Bender Bam. Um, Big Mady, what up? Wait, what? V? Um, Tiara is standing for SIU, giving us the pen for Bam's sake. Facts. Bam already has time powers. What else does he need? He doesn't even use the joint he has. That is one thing a lot of people say. Like that they'd feel better if he at least mastered the powers and items that he gets before he gets a new one. But I think he has to do that thing that White was trying to show him to do. And I don't think he could do that yet. It like converged them all. So Kirin's plan was to consume Bam to convince Bam to join so he can get out from under trauma ray, right? But now he's about to be out as a traitor and is up against Bam and Lobodan, so I just don't see his story continuing past this conflict. He's using Bungie phlegm. It has the properties of gum and rubber. Uh, yeah, 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 yep. Purper. I saw Purper. I wanted to call her Pepper. I'm calling her Pepper. Yeah, she was moving me. She's sexy. I give him points for that. And that thing she was summoning, it looked like she opened like an incense, and these like sea urchins with like teeth were coming out. And I'm like, what was she cooking? Let her brew. That tea was looking delicious. I want some of that. So, anyways, but how do you guys feel with the chapter in general before I kind of hop into the specifics? Did you like it? Did you not like it? So yeah, Pep is serious. Gogoro Loki Trask. I feel like I don't know with why scary. Yeah, he never moved me like that, but I thought he was cooking up something with his trader gimmick. But okay, so on both sides of the conflict, I'm hoping this all just kind of comes full circle and makes sense. It is a little bit confusing, and I don't think we always get the best translations. So sometimes the translations make it a little bit harder to discern what's going on because obviously we're translating it from Korean to English or French. I'll read it in French sometimes too, just to see if I can find to get a better grasp of what's going on. But I did say this several weeks ago, that I thought that SIU was somewhat building up Lobanon to be the traitor, bringing up some stuff with the Mudflat Snake, a couple of things with Lobanon, and maybe some bad blood in the family because of some things that happened. However, I always thought that he was trying to do that, and the very, very super loyal Kirin was always going to be the one that wanted to deviate from Traumare's will and his goals. Based on how Traumare's been acting, I feel like he knows, which would be interesting if he knows. I don't know if he does, but Lobadan pulled up at the end. So we have the two strongest people under Traumare and the Lopobia family possibly about to go at it, and we'll see how it plays out. But It looks like Kirin thinks that with the irregular, maybe having an irregular on his side so he can maybe train him, or maybe thinks he's strong enough, or because of irregulars kind of being like Neo in the Matrix, the rules do not apply to them, that he could do something so he can be free from Traumare. We'll see. But the plan right now, the water's a little murky. I can't 100% tell. I see all the minutiae, understand exactly what's going on, but he's the traitor. Lobanon seems to at least be loyal to Traumare from the standpoint of he doesn't want to follow Zahard's will. He wants to follow Traumare's will. So he wanted to get the book to see if he can barter some type of negotiation to get out of this conflict. That's my best understanding right now. Pep is seriously wait, sorry. And does Lobanon have one arm? Yes, he has one arm. He has one arm. Yes. I don't like how Yuri got the pen. The fact Tiara's god is just let Yuri take the pen. Why did he let her do that? LOL. I don't know. I know I brought it up at the beginning, but I do think it's a bit of a nitpick. We'll have to see what happens before I have a knee jerk overreaction. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait and see how it plays out. But I just thought that like he removed the most interesting outcome and the most interesting combat scenarios with her not having that ability. Because I don't know how she fights without it. So I just hope she gets. I hope she gets it back. I don't even. I just don't even care if Bam like absorbs the ability of the pen, but I hope she gets it back. That's really what I'm worried about. I feel like she won't get it back because even if Bam just touches it, I feel like he could like if it's a spell, he might like the Yu-Gi-Oh card like D spell. He'll remove the magic from it on some Imagine Breaker, Kamijo Toma type beat. So I'm just like, please let her get that ability back. That's all I'm asking. I ask for so little. Chiaro is my favorite character in this stretch of season 3. Let her brew. I like the chapter. Let's throw hands, not cut away too much. Plus, El Baba punch was dope. El Baba's follow through punch against Laura was unhinged. That was hatred in his heart. He followed through. He wound it up. Everything. Generous, a strong 4 out of 10. Generous. I want Trump to flick Keating secretly. Too many creepy motivations right now. I can't have my expectations subverted if I have no expectations. Never let them know your next move. Yo, 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 what's up, Blizzard? Not a single dude in the family seems loyal to that man. And I think that makes sense for a lot of reasons. I just hope they dive into it. I want to know the meat and potatoes of why. Is it because he's just a recluse, just holds his knees and looks at ants having sex? Like, what is he doing? Amazing chapter, man. I love where Chudi's right now. I totally believe you. We need them Korean comments. I need them to send me the Korean comments. I want to know how they're feeling about it. I'm not the one who finds them, by the way. Is they send it to me. So whether they send it to me or not is whether or not I'll read them. So if you guys got any comments for our favorite section, please send it to my DMs on Discord or something or Twitter. Twitter, Twix, whatever. What do you call X? I don't know what to call it now. It's worse that she accepts Yuri giving it to Bam, not herself. There's that too. I just felt like Tiara, as a little bit crazy and unhinged as she was, because she liked blood and stuff, and like, oh, crimson flowers blooming. I'm like, okay, you know, local. But she seemed very intelligent. So it came across to me that her and Yuri were both faking to be drunk, or at least more drunk than they really were. So they were like tipsy, if anything, at max, but not wasted. So I was shocked that this event took place the way that it did. That Yuri, I guess, was able to. It was Yuri's plan, I guess. So maybe Yuri always knew she could outdrink her, even if she's a good drinker. But give her the pen back. Give her the pen back, please. Give her the pen back. Correct. Only the women obey Lopobia except LaFave. I saw a comment about Yuri fan service in the mom jeans. Oh, she had some panels where she was looking thick in the jeans. She did. And then after Pepper, I'm gonna call her Pepper. She was looking nice. She was looking nice. So it looks like Hidin has a bunch of, I guess, what's the right word? Not despondent. Maybe dejected, or people who have had a bit of a fall from grace in the Lopabia families that used to be branch heads of the Lopabia on his squad. So all of his Fire Nation people are people who used to be family branch leaders. Now let me ask you guys a question about this, because I brought this up in the Twitch stream and I want to know what you guys think. How do you guys think the transfer of power works for each family head? For each not family head, sorry, for each branch leader in the Lopobia family. So let's say, Lopobia Hemmings. I'm the silverback gorilla, big ape. Okay, that's my anima. I'm the leader of a branch, and for whatever reason, I'm no longer that leader. is the person under me, aka one of the hatchlings who have the ability to be a branch leader, do they have an anima or animal that's in the same classification as it? So maybe mine's a gorilla and they got like a different type of gorilla or monkey, baboon, orangutan, whatever the case is. So that family branch is always like the great ape, the great simian, the great monkey branch. Or could you be in my branch, but you have like a dolphin? And then when I'm gone, it becomes the dolphin branch. You get what I'm asking? Like, how does that work? I would like to know the inner workings of that because I'm wondering if is there a bunch of dudes like Kukuda, whatever his name is, with some type of phoenix ability? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Okay, sorry. So are all the other branch heads Keating dipped on doing okay? They might have been obliterated Lopabia by the time the starts will be a total loss. They low key not with it with dust with fighting. I hear you. I like how Keating has disposed branch heads. Yeah, I like that. Like so, yeah. It seems like he's just taking all the dejected people and bringing them in there, so they probably don't fuck with Traumre, which I'll circle back to in a second. But let me forget to circle back to why I think Traumre is a mess with him. Without the pen, TR can still do that exploding Shinsu attack, right? I don't know. I don't know if there's a type. That's why like the reason that I wanted to see her keep using the pen and use it against someone of Kidin's caliber or in a fight that's supposed to be this high tier is I'm sure that pen and ability has limitations. I'm not calling Yuri completely incompetent, but Yuri is not a cerebral character. She ate. She punched, she kicked, she moved fast. Not that she didn't have experience, but thinking through things like super deeply is not Yuri's forte. I thought someone on Kidin's level might be like this ability is troublesome or something, and we'd see if maybe there was limitations to the pen ability, or Kidin would have a way of overcoming it with his experience, wisdom, and how old he is. That's why I'm like, in my opinion, removing the pen was the least interesting option, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. The outcasted members without the pen. Wait, I saw that already. You're finally a YouTube on a YouTube team for once. Welcome, Star Destroy. Welcome. I thought, I thought that too. Especially they looking at each other. Elbow Fire Nation. The elbow punch was funny as fuck. I was cracking up. It seems that the back head punch might have been SAU's go to, like the Huaryu punch after she said something to anger Rachel. Man, yeah, you had them punching them in their kufi. Like, come on, be nice. Don't use violence unless it's the violence that I like against the characters that I don't like. I think they chose the next strongest or closest to the branch head. Keating basically collecting useful family trash and formed an army. Yep, formed an army. I would say yes because Purdy D talked like they were a bunch of owls. If Trump control, like maybe Perseus gone. Perseus has Pegasus, so maybe someone has like they got Megan the Stallion, got this big horse, like like Ganondorf's big black horse, or like a unicorn, maybe like a different type of horse-like mythical creature. You get me? If Trump controls all the anima, I think he decides who the head is and gives him the anima. See, that's another thing I think I brought up too. You're with how prominent the local B is, we should know. I would like to get that information soon. We should have tons of info on these two families, especially by now. That anima's actual kids probably get passed to the local Bia kids, passed off to the branch. See, the reason I asked that is because Kukuda still had like his phoenix ability. So was that some natural animal ability he had, or was he a part of the phoenix family branch, chicken family branch, bird family? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, Yuri was just a well-written goon, aka day one type energy. Megan the Mare, ha. We're gonna see some dragons for sure. Yeah, well, especially with the water dragon stuff with Chomray that we have to see play out too. So that'll probably come full circle in one way, shape, or another. But did you guys like seeing that there was like different Shinsu qualities? So it won't just be fire, ice, lightning, rock, earth, or slash earth. It'd be like other stuff too. So we've seen like, well, we never really knew what Endorsi's heart succubus tail looking one was, but adhesive Shinsu I think is useful. So anyone has like web abilities or abilities related to like glue or tape, they could also stick people and whatnot. We kind of saw a bit of that with Sicarius, but I thought because he was like a bug nigga, It was different, and he was Spider Mommy's kid, but I like that. That was good. Can you tame an animal on your own? Ask Ketchum stats. These are all the questions that I want to know. The reason I brought it up too is so obviously. So let's say Elaine somehow becomes a branch leader of El Baba the Bozo, El Bozo, El Bibi Badi Boo Boo. He's Boo Boo. Um, she also has a wolf, right? It's a different type of wolf. I think they're called the gray wolf brand. So it could be possible that everyone who has the talent to control a certain type of animal in that branch, they all get some type of wolf or something. I don't know if trauma ray gifts them or only gifts them to the branch leaders. There's a lot to consider here, and I think if we start understanding the inner workings of these families more, it will do a lot for us to understand how these conflicts arise. I've always said this, right? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I think Gustang is a great father and loves all his kids equally, and he he talks to them and reads them bedtime stories and feeds them all. But he's a very proactive family member. They see him. He does public readings, and I've always I said that like it looks to me like he runs his family's akin to a CEO running a corporation. So as long as you do good work based off meritocracy, you get notoriety, you get respect, you get acclaim, you get status, you get to have certain positions in the family, and as a result of that, their rapport with Gustang is better, even though it might not be in some fun son daughter son father type beat. It's more so like he runs his company well, the employees are happy, the employees are well paid, the employees got good benefits, and thus he has less dissenting members in there. Chamare does this all day. He goes in his room, he hugs his knees, and watches animals have sex. Doesn't talk to nobody, doesn't trust nobody. They barely see him, X, Y, and Z. And I think that can cause a lot of resentment, a lot of resentment, a lot of people wondering what's the point of being under this guy? He doesn't do nothing. He doesn't even. I don't even know what he looks like. And that could be why their family is much more disarray and discord. But it's possible that Keating had been doing stuff unbeknownst to Traumare to cause more fracturing in the family. So I'd like to see that all play out. I don't know for sure yet, though. I don't know for sure. If someone is from a specific branch of local Bia, is it possible for them to use a different type of animals? That too, or can you transfer? If I'm part of the Gray Wolf branch, and I don't know, I get some like big centipede ability. Can I move branches? Do I gotta stay there? I got questions. How does the Zahard army work? How do you go up the ranks? How does FUG work? Why, and how do they choose a Slayer? I think it's important for us to know the answers to these questions at some point. I thought the whole branch family gimmick was to differentiate the different animals of the family, but there's only 20, and I'm sure there's more than 20 different type of Shinsui and this divine sea creatures and all that. So I don't know what people thought. People were thinking about how the branches themselves work. That's all. Exile family heads could have ran away with the animals, but you think Traume would control that unless he just trusted Keating to handle it. Traum would still know. You think though, yeah. Family head and their animal aspect: wolves, bears, snakes, slugs, etc. Trom the ultimate neat in the tower alongside Repsila. El Bozo, I'm dead. Yeah, I can't stand him. I can't stand. Bam, pack him up, spliff him. Put him in a split. It's over for him. I'm done. I had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of El Bozo. I can't take him. He stinks. He sucks. He's a loser. I don't respect him. I don't rate him. Um, where was I at? Do you think Trom could solo his whole family if it came to it? Yes. Yes. I don't think. Yes, I absolutely believe that. Gustang as well. Trom hooks his family Traume hooks his family heads with a 360 deal and hooks them with a chain anima. I want to take the quadru path. Remember to find answers. All your answers, you gotta go up. All the answers you seek are up. Sorry, I got in here late. Hey, no, don't worry. I only go for like 24 minutes. You're not that late, all things considered. Um, so I'm still living 10 minutes in the past. Anyone else feel some type of way about Kirby absorbing the contents of the book? It's the most annoying use of his copy and paste ability now. I'm gonna jump forward in time now. Well, you time traveling. That bothered a lot of people. And I understand why, because you're like, oh, so now he's absorbing text. But what if that book is a spell, and that's how they lost their memories? It might still make sense because Bam is a bit of a spell breaker. We know Arlene used spells and stuff like that, so he probably inherited that ability from her. It's one of those things where it's like I can't get mad at it because I expect it. So personally, I just like I don't doubt Bam. I just don't do it anymore. I have been burned at every single time. At least on 60 different occasions on here, on camera, I have doubted Bam and be like, he's not strong enough to be the ranker. He's not strong enough to handle this. Oh, this and that and the third. And what does he do? Win. Survive. Make it out. And I said, Einstein defined insanity as doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And then I pledged my allegiance and I never looked back since. It is what it is. It is what it is. Gustin can't soul his family if we include my girl N, but I concur. You think so for real, eh? That's interesting. That's an interesting conversation to have. I need to resurface and like repackage and make and put in a video. Like, do we think that there are outlier in tower born inhabitants that are actually maybe they can't kill them because of immortality contracts and whatnot, but they have the same level of strength as a family head. So some people throw in like the three lords sometimes. I've seen it with Luslek. I've seen it with Bayak Ryun, Adori, N. So there's a lot of people that think like they may not be irregulars, but they're just as strong as some family heads, which would be interesting to see. But I also think that depends on how you see what do you weigh the most, power, recognition, or influence, and in what order. So I think that'll also play into how you look at their rankings. Where was I? I think Elaine's wolf was born with her, it seems to me, but is her wolf abilities the same as the dad's wolf? Not sure. Because she could teleport with it, and the teeth were strong enough to pierce a ranker's skin, and it wouldn't stop bleeding unless she commanded it to stop bleeding. If I remember correctly from the Nate Hunt station when she was fighting Bam in disguise as JVG. I assume the information going directly into Bam's mind was a function of the book. Oh, really? It's interesting. I never looked at it that way. I just think Bam's ability to collect like it's like when Doom tried to turn him into a Houndborn or Canine person, depending on your translation. Bam just started to absorb the abilities, and then his Theresa and his shield started getting like Canine S transformations with the level 1, 2, 3, so to speak. That's what he does. He absorbs stuff and then he makes it his own. Guess I'm the only one excited for Bam. I don't. I mean, in what sense? I'm just upset that Tiara lost the pen. That's my only nitpick. I'm not mad at this chapter. I'm really not. We jumped around. We're moving towards the like conflict with the Lopo B and stuff. Like I really don't have any major issues. I'll just like give my girl her pen back. That's all I care about. Okay. I don't ask for much. I don't doubt Bam. He's the GOAT. He's on stats love Bam James. That is that is 25th Jordan. Okay? I don't doubt him. Um, maybe you need a certain level of strength or notoriety repping your specific animal in order to create a new branch of the family. Okay, so if there's so what you're saying is it's possible at one point there was only six. The shark, the bear, the Pegasus, the owl, and then somebody who was nice with the like the Yamato no Orochi, he became okay. So okay, that's interesting. That makes sense to me. Where was I? I wouldn't be surprised if N is stronger than Gustang since she has 100% irregular blood. Makes sense. You don't doubt Bam, you say? Then can I ask you to stop downplaying CBL to top 60 and acknowledge that Bam is really top 16? It might be time. It might be time. It might be time. It might be time. Where was I? Mustang emotionally may not be able to hurt N, so he would just seal her himself. I would like if irregulars wouldn't the end up be the end all be all, and their outliers that can master him like N and the Dory. I feel that, but I just fear that I was wrong back in the day. I thought this like 4 years ago, and I'm like, what if I'm just wrong? And if you're a family head, you're just a goat. Irregulars are just different. I don't know. So yeah, not gonna lie, I'm interested to see what the Leviathan transformation is gonna look like and see how Bam could challenge its power. That's fair. It might. be a thing where Bam spell breaking unlock the book, giving him all the info from the way Bam says the moment Gustang gets the book, shit will pop off. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fair. Remember, Bam has no other regulars climbing to help him, and he's really that guy. He's got no. There's no 13 great warriors here. It's Bam and company. He is traveling with a direct descendant in a native, if you will, one the ancient one. If that means anything to you, but yeah, it might just be me, but I don't think Bam should be this busted where most high rankers are fodder. But yeah, but he's that dude. Like he's strong, bro. You can't stop that dude. Like I don't question it anymore. I let Bam cook. He's brewing. Let him brew. Let him make his tea, man. It's strange that N kept her rank despite being sealed for like 400, 45,000 years. Vankel fell off in like 3 or 2. It would be like two with some change, yeah, but just by losing her rank. But maybe the event that N is a part of is very special. Maybe she really was that strong or something, or maybe what she uncovered with Arlene's pocket was that impactful. That's the best thing. That's the best thing I can say. Like it has lasting appeal despite her not being active because Adori is still at 7 and she's probably doing a bit more. I would accept it. I would accept it if the truth is Gustang made the book with the intention of getting it to Bam. Gus planned that part. I'll let SU have the hood scot for this time. Yeah, Bam is busted because the plot calls for it. Well, everyone has their reasons for why Bam is what he is. I just don't doubt him anymore. I have been wrong enough times that I'll learn my lesson. That's all I'm saying. Right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna go as far as some people who think he could be family heads. I'm not quite there yet, but yeah, he's him, Himothy. Tiara turns out she's nothing without her pen. She is nothing compared to Yuri. Nah, man. Nah, man. Let Tiara get the pen back. She needs that. Irregulars are the only danger to look out for. I hope so. Without SCU flip flop, with how much SLU flip flops. Occasionally I could see a Dory pulling up and one shotting him, saying, "You're not that guy." Alright, those are dangers to look out for. I would love that though. I'd be here for that. I'm starting to think Rachel is the soul that traveled with the 13th, and that she was Icarus in love with V. That could be how she knows so much info. I don't know how her obsession with Arlene works then though. Theories and prognosticating is not my specialty, so I don't know. But we'll have to just see, Cameron. I don't have the answer. I don't have it. I say you just don't got that dog in him to let Bam truly fail. You don't see it. That boy will beat Traum in this arc in CBL I trust. Damn, what have you missed? Not much. We're just talking. Like, what do you think with the chapter, Blaze? What do you think? I want to see some consequences for not upholding the 3 orders. Maybe Zahar puts a buster call and the princess and wipe out Gustang's entire family. So, do you think that they had the power to do that though, without Zahar participating himself? Because then who would be the? I think you would think Adori could take out Gustang. So, who cares if Bam is the only irregular in his group? He gets to play easy mode inside Jihad's empire. It's just so funny to me. I just have to bring this up because I just remember being there 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's not time. The tower is super dangerous. Bam's not ready. Bam's gonna lose to this character, to that character, to this character, and me being frustrated with how many power ups he used to just get. And now I'm just like, yo, it is what it is, man. I don't complain no more. It That man is gonna absorb, steal, copy, suck in. And that is 25th Galactus, 25th Kirby, LeBam James, the one, Himothy. I I do not doubt him. I gotta rock with it, bro. You think if inboard residents went beyond the tower cap, they would be able to clap the family heads? I think that depends on what it is you think is behind the 134th floor. Is it a hostile administrator? Is it too dangerous to climb? Is Jihad secretly protecting people from what's up there? I think it depends. I think the reason, so I'm not gonna act like, so okay, pause. Take 2, action. I personally believe that irregulars are strong because they ignore the rules of the tower, right? Now, granted, every irregular seems to have just more potential and a higher ceiling than everyone else. I'm not saying there aren't in tower habitants that are similar, but the reason that I use this example all the time. The reason that I think irregulars are actually so dangerous and strong is because they ignore rules. And I always use sports examples. What if what if we're playing basketball and I'm nice? I'm Jordan. I'm hitting y'all with fadeaways. You know what I'm saying? Yada yada. And here comes Bam. Bam does not have to follow any of the rules. He could foul me, punch the shit out of me. He could travel, take the ball and just run. He could go out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? He could kick it. All of that. No matter how good you are at basketball, no matter how much polished you are, it's going to be very hard to beat somebody who doesn't have to follow the rules. Now let's take my favorite sport for example, football. And I'm talking about soccer, not the fucking NFL. What if this nigga could just pick the ball up and run and throw it in the net? What are you about to do with that? You could be Messi, Ronaldo, Thierry Henry. You could be Kylian Mbappe. You can't. What are you supposed to do to that? You could still cook in your own right, maybe get your little 3 goals, but he's getting 10. What are you supposed to do? You could be Victor Osimhen. It's hard to fight against that. So that's why I think irregulars are so troublesome. That's and like Shinsu contract. They can use Shinsu whenever they want, whenever they can. They don't need to ask an administrator for permission. That's always been my opinion, though, in my viewpoint. Again, though, they are very strong. Just this naturally is a byproduct, I guess, of not being part of the tower. But I'm wondering if there are specific direct descendants and people like Rack or a Dory and people who are born from two irregulars. Like what? Like let's take the first son of Ha Yurin and Arihan. He has the blood of two irregulars. He's probably cold as fuck, right? So yeah. If SLU only let Bam take admin tests, depends on what you mean. I could see Bam creating a moment for someone like Gustin to take out Trom, but I don't see Bam landing the final blow. Or some people think Loose Like might do it because Loose Like wants them out the paint. Where was I? Ba has an established organization whose sole focus is helping Bam. FUG. The immortality contract is what stops tower residents. Precisely. Kirby. Look at all you CBLs. Kiss my teeth. Nah, I seen the light. I'm never going back. I'm never doubting him again. Based on strength, the other irregulars, Bam started way weaker and was destined for this level of growth. Instant coffee. Elaborate on that, because that's something that I've heard a lot. And I don't know. I don't know that I 100% agree or disagree with that. But I want to know what your reasoning for that is. Because some people, I have a video where like people are like, Urek came into the tower, the exact same level of strength he was like currently, and I just don't buy it. But I'm not sure why people think that. So give me your reasoning. Bam is agreed. Bam is on a single-handed FUG win streak, and he's the fucking wedding of the tournament still going. I don't know about the wedding dating sim. I don't know what's going on with that anymore. After the hidden floor when you didn't think he was ranker level, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yo, I used to get cooked. He used to get cooked. Yo, Chad was not having it. Me and Shimmy and Vince fought this fight for 3.5 years, non-stop, and I lost. I gave in. Y'all won. Now that I'm a Bam fan is a problem, I can't win. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. A graze from that attack would have killed a ranker. Yep, I remember that. Wait, how could you not love the NFL when a whole team calls themselves the Swifties now? I mean, isn't that dope? I've heard some of the NFL bros being upset that Taylor Swift has co-opted their game with who's she dating? Travis Kelsey, the Chiefs or whatever. I haven't really watched football seriously, American football seriously since about 2012. I'll be honest with you, and I only watch it because my friends like it. I don't enjoy American football. 134 is when the immortality ends or Jihad saw the future and deciding they will need to decide to take a break to the next floor, so he's playing games in the meantime. I think he's just fucking around in the meantime while he can't climb. So yeah, there's a lot of questions to ask you. But for anyone who's new here, because Blaze, you came in a little bit later. Um, I was basically I started off the stream saying that I'm mad that they took the pen from Tiara. I let my girl write, let her brew, let her cook. Or Jay say they say let her what I say now? Let him land, let her land, let her land. Like I need that. Like you guys know at this point that I'm a person that's most in narrative storytelling. Whether I'm playing, watching, or reading something, the thing I care about the most are characters. And when my characters are like in the spotlight, my investment is at my emotional investment and personal investment is at its highest. Tiara is one of my favorite characters. I like her a lot. She's super dope, and I like that ability she has. Part of the reason I wanted her to use it and keep using it and use it against someone like Kirin was because I wanted to see if he would force, not a force, but because he's so strong, so competent, and so wise and probably experienced, he would find out what the limitations of her fan fiction writing are. Like, oh, she can affect people with more shinsu than her, or something like that. I don't know, like, or it only works if she could actually write the words out, but if you stop it or knock the pen out her hand, it doesn't work. Or maybe it only lasts for 5 minutes and then she has to reinstate it. And whatever she wrote last, like I have the ability to use the same bangs as Yuri, only lasts for a certain amount of time, and then she can't use it for maybe there's a cooldown after the fact. So I wanted to see that. It kind of reminds me the first time I saw Law use the Ope Ope no Mi. My mind was spinning about the how like, what the fuck? There's no what the hell could he do? Until I saw him go up against stronger and stronger people, even people who had knowledge of the ability, who forced us to see the limitations of it, or him using his own lifespan to keep the room expanded and stuff like that. Like you learned that it was tied to a bunch of medical procedures, medical items, experiments, and thought experiments, like this, like him his sword, like his scalpel. You know what I'm saying? Like we learned there was a limitation to that. I just thought it was the least interesting outcome to take away her main way of fighting. Again, for all I know, maybe Bam does give it back. It comes full circle, and there's no issue. But right now, I'm big mad. I'm salty. I'm mad, and I'm nitpicking. All right, give her the pen back. I'm hashtag give her back the pen. Okay, give her back the pen. Where was I at? I think Urek was probably stronger than the 13 warriors at an earlier stage of the tower because of the sword art arc, but I don't think he was anywhere near as strong as now. Okay. I would think you would enjoy the physicality of football. Oh, I was gonna diss NFL. Like if you like it, but I think like American football really resonates with Americans. Like I'm not American. I'm North American. I'm Canadian. Like I like soccer, football. I actually don't really watch NBA anymore. Like I just kind of like football. Like and that's the sport I grew up with. The physicality in NFL is cool, but what I don't like is that it's a turn-based RPG. Blitz, Hail Mary. It's a turn-based RPG. Don't move me. But it's exciting. The exciting plays are very exciting. And they're very, very, very capable athletes. I'm not trying to downplay them. It's just not my it's not my cup of tea. Where was I? Yeah, it's lost. Where was that? Bam can be stuck in a room cornered by Phantom Minim and Ryu wanting to kill him, and he would find a way to come out unscathed and be in a better position than before. Very absurd. Very well said. Kenpachi versus oh yes, the Visionary. Grammy. Naya, are you thinking SIU took the pen away because it would have been difficult for Keating to handle? Or I don't know that he was confident in his ability to showcase like somebody who's clearly stronger than somebody else, but can't handle a tricky ability or skill or trait that they have. It's like growing up, I was never good at guarding shooters. Even if I was better than you and a solid defender, I was an unwilling defender, but I didn't like people who could shoot the rock. I don't want to defend you. That was always problematic for me. Like, but I wanted to see if Kitty could overcome it with wisdom and experience, because maybe he doesn't like defeat her pen ability, but with his anima and knowledge, he's able to do something to like stop her from running amok or take the pen out of her hand. I don't know. Room. Imagination versus raw power. Bam will not give it back. Cope Cope squared. The fact that an item is it's an item, not ability, already made me mad. I had a feeling it was more so like the book and or the pen. I don't know what her. I mean, end of the day, I give Tiara credit because her physical stats are high enough that she could headbutt and physically fight with Yuri, who's a Jihad princess enhanced by the process of blood. So her physical stats are actually not particularly lacking, but she did not have Yuri's level of Shinshu control, so she used her riding ability to make up for that. I'm not mad that it's an item, but something so important, I think she should not be handing out so willy nilly, even when in her drunken stupor. But again, it is what it is. Back with the Black March and the pen now. Yep. Actually, now I remember that the mirror successfully copied even adult Jihad into the fatal floor, but couldn't copy young Urek because he was too strong. Well, it copied that of Jihad. My understanding from the blog post is that SLU said that Jihad didn't physically appear on the hidden floor. He sent his like power there to see what was going on, and that's when he ragdoll Bam and Bam's second thorn fragment activated, and he teleported out of there. SLU probably thought he would get roasted either way, so just remove the issue and let Kitty and Tiara save face. It's possible. American football is mid. Concussion factory. I think the cultural impact of the Super Bowl will fall off one day, and basketball will jump to number one. Interesting. Basketball, basketball is becoming more global, but I don't really like the modern NBA. I'll be honest. I don't really watch it like that. Like no, I kind of watched the bubble season because I had nothing else to do, and I watched the playoff run of 2019 because I thought because we had Kawhi in Toronto. I'm like, oh yeah, we could win. We could win. I'm not saying we're beating Golden State, but we're going to the finals with Kawhi in the East. No Braun. That's possible. So that's the only time I bandwagon the Raptors. I don't fuck with the Raptors, but I don't really care for modern NBA either. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try my best. Where was I at? Which one do you think? Which one do you think out of the family heads, the least has the least amount of kids? For me, it's Gustang, Anna, Tiara, the Scribbles guy, and maybe Hogo. The rest of them, DNA experience, experiments, and employees. Which family head do I think has the least amount? I think canonically, even though you might not call him a family head, but the King of the Tower, I think Jihad. They said that Jihad was so powerful he couldn't really breed, and that's what the process of blood and making the princesses of Jihad were supposed to somewhat circumvent. Though some people do misinterpret it. My understanding is it's not his actual blood being used; it's more of a process and a procedure that Gustang helped develop. Um, it's not Kunaduan, and it's not Hendo. I don't know if is Yuri and are Yuri and Ari still together? And I know with one of them, it's not Hannah, not Eurasia. It's the Yewa's family. Yewa's family. They have like a surrogate mother. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go to Puri, the god eye. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know it's not Hendo or Quinaduan. Those two have a lot of kids probably. And we've seen a lot of Hall family members. So Ha Urine and Arya was getting down, and then their family kept growing. Imagine if Gusting installed GPS for a moment like this as backup inside the pen. That'd be go. To be honest, I'm shocked Kitty knows Tiara and Yuri despite them being in his territory. People are actually talking in this series. What? Yuri should be. Tiara, I'm not sure how popular or well known she is within her family. Yuri having 2 to 13 month series makes sense. So I feel that. Wait, am I right in assuming most people here think Keating would struggle against these two harlots? Surely not. I don't think that's what they're insinuating is that maybe Keating wouldn't have been able to deal with Tiara's ability. I don't think that he's weaker than Yuri and Tiara in tandem. Just based off portrayal and importance in the family, I do think Keating would be able to handle them, but we're not gonna see that apparently. I don't know what they're thinking though. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think. I just think it'd have been really interesting that Yuri maybe physically can't get close with the fire and stuff, but Tiara has her writing ability. And then I thought like even using the ability on Yuri might have given Yuri hints to how it really works or something. Like again, I don't like people who do this, and I want to make it clear that I'm not doing this. Just because I want something to happen and it doesn't happen doesn't mean that it's bad. Do I have expectations and ideas? Absolutely. But just because I think something should or I want something to happen in the narrative and it doesn't play out my way does not mean it's not me saying that it's bad necessarily. However, I do think that he removed the possibly the most interesting outcome, but I guess he wanted to rush to get Bam to be there to have the Lopobia conflict possibly be solved with fighting and talking and getting the history of what's going on between Lobodon, Kitty, and Traumer and whatnot. And Traumer is still in the maze, so I don't know how aware he is of what's happening back here at this moment. Players now make soccer players look like amateurs when it comes to flopping. Yep, and they just jack them threes, man. Jack them threes. Wide open layup, everyone runs to the 3-point line. That's not my NBA, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I like mid range shots. RA family probably has the least. RE family? Okay. Jihad not being able to breed his cat because Wagnan is definitely his kid. Karaka the boss? What's going on there? Imagine if two family heads got married or something and constantly pumped out hybrids into the world. The tower would be effed? Possibly. The Princess of the plot point is the hole in the story. You think it's a plot hole or you think it's unresolved? Because those are two different things. The prince. Wait. I don't know, Johnny. If he was trying to kill them, he might struggle trying to capture them both. But he's significantly stronger than both, in my opinion. He'd take them both. There you go. Kitty would win, but if they both were all allowed to be a high diff fight relays, but Lobodon versus Kitty is better for me anyways. Fair enough. Bro, imagine if somehow Rachel ends up with the pen or something like that from Gustang as a wish. Where is it coming from? Who? Rachel with the pen? No, give it back to Tiara. Rihan and Ha Yurin were together having kids until they were forced to stop. Right? I guess. I think they broke up. I don't remember actually. But I feel like they had a decent amount of a few kids at least. Because they were another two that got together. There was Eurasia, Blossom, and Pobedal Gustang, and then Ha Yurin and Ari Han. Not RDA Han, Ari Han. How do you feel about it sounding like Jingsong is apparently FUG's pseudo number two and they still couldn't be bothered to try to negotiate for his release? For me, things like that break immersion. I think the translations both I read two translations that kind of gave a differing opinion. One made it seem like he was a weird de facto number two, but one just made it seem like they have a long lasting relationship. I go with the long lasting relationship more. That makes more sense to me. I don't think he's a de facto number two. I don't think so. But if he is and was, yes, I think it's very problematic that he got captured and they're like, fuck it, he gone. Like if his role is that important in FUG, you'd think they'd try something to get him back, even if it's a covert operation with like picking very strong a small but strong strike force. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you. But the other translation I read, it didn't make it seem that way. I could actually find it. Let me actually find it to make sure that I'm thinking about this correctly, just to be sure. Because I do think I have that translation. I don't know why my Discord like in big and like this. It's like zoomed in. It's very weird. Was it 91 or 92? I think was it last chapter that he said that? Or was it two chapters ago? I think it was 91. Let me see. No, it might have been 90. 590. Sorry. Yeah, because here he's talking about these women being troublesome. I don't think the loose like part is here, so it's one more. It's so it's 590. I'll give you the other translation that I saw. Hurry up and load. Okay, so basically, so said this is the first time in a long time I've seen your face again, isn't it? This is just Jin Sung talking to Loose Leg. You've been out the scene all this time when something important happened. J- Even when sorry, you've been out of the scene all this time. Even when something important happened, you just asked me to inform you. But now that this event could ruin an entire family, now that this event that could ruin an entire family is happening, you don't want to miss it, do you? Haha, well, don't feel so nostalgic. This is Loose Like speaking. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. How are you doing? Do you want a drink? And then he says, no, I don't. You're a lazy bastard. And the translator note says, He says it in a friendly way. It's also read as a dumb being. And it says, that's disappointing. Grace, Merchia, loose like. So that made it seem like, oh, if something important happens, you just ask Jin Sung to tell you what happened. Now I'll get the Cosmic Scan version, which to me made it seem more like he was like the de facto number two or unofficial number two in a way. So in the Cosmic Scans version, here's what it says. Well, actually, it's a little bit longer here for some reason. I'm not sure, but it says, actually, I don't want this part. Just get the part here. Long time no see, sir, says Gustang. Even when it was all important, all even when it was all important events happening, you had me take care of all of it until now. That sounds like, oh, I do all the important things that you don't take care of, which made him seem a lot more important and a lot more elevated, which is why I think some people thought he could be number two. But you can't even miss an event if it can end with the fall of an entire family? Haha, don't think too much of it. This is Loose like speaking now. It isn't good. Isn't it isn't it good that we're finally seeing each other again? Would you like to partake? He offers him a drink. I'll pass you, you shameless jerk. The current leader of FUG, Grace Machia, Loose Leg, that's too bad. So they're a little different to me. They're different to me. Sorry, y'all. Taking away the pen is probably just a way to prevent Keating from getting steamrolled in 2v1. Keating on his own is probably stronger than each of them, but together I don't see them losing. That's fair. Not a plot hole. Rachel with the pen would be interesting as fuck, though. It would be. But I don't want that. I don't want to eat my broccoli. I want candy. Um, that got names mixed up. Chris SC making them so similar. Yeah, I was struggling. That's what I'm saying, bro. And it would fit her low key being in the regular technically. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're making sense, I guess. If you want to appeal to my logical brain and be reasonable, yes, it'll be interesting. He said to Machia's face that he's an asshole for saying he handled all of FUG's business for him, though. It's a couple of chapters back. It's simply cheating. They don't deserve their superiority compared to the regulars who tried their best to reach that level of power. I want you to come save me, but you all voted to leave me in jail. Ahaha, I love that shit. Loose light couldn't be bothered until the family has moved. Yep. Wow, that's not what I read on Cosmic Scan. They said different, bro. I cannot stand up that webtoons will not allow them to drop officials at the same time. This is the world that we live in. I am but a cog in the machine. I am but one of the gears in the grand contraption that is the grand design of life. I cannot fight what I am. I'm just a black. I'm just black. Isn't Jinsung title FUG teacher? I think he's the martial arts teacher, technically. Last time that I checked, but I don't know if it's an official title. I think he might just be one of the strongest rather than the second strongest in FUG. He just more involved with the other Slayers and Elders. Do you think Hajin Sung is a lot less powerful than he once was, like old age debuff? I believe he's Ha Yuren's direct grandkid. Yes, he's a grandson of Ha Yuren. What is old age couple with a high ranker? He's a character whose strength is personally difficult for me to gauge. It's difficult for me. I don't think old age has made him weak. I think that he's still very powerful. If you think he had a prime, maybe he's not prime Hajin Sung, but I don't think he's supposed to be weak. He's supposed to be top 100. But apparently, his arm still hurt from his fight with Caliban, which I think is SOU using that as a crutch to lean on for why he can't just like be super OP or powerful, whatever the case was. Though in my opinion, Caliban still gave him a run for his money, and I think Caliban got stronger. So I don't know. That depends on you. Cause Owl and Perdity, he didn't seem like he was struggling or anything of the sort, but it was like a fight he could just win on off rip. But once Bam came, he immediately drew blood from Lopobia Holland. And then they switched up their plan to attack, even though Hajin Sung said it was a trap, obviously. And then when they were in Trauma Ray's range, he teleported Bam to him with the greatest frog in the tower, young Cobalt, who ate 1,000 snakes to evolve into a great deity. Cobalt, ribbit ghetto, nigga. He raw. So yeah. Always important to read multiple translations for real, because they can't get on the same page. That's why I said minimum 2, but mostly 3. Yeah, I don't know. It's the coffee. It's hard for me to answer. But I guess right now he's nerfed because his arms hurt. So that's my best answer for you. I don't think Jin Sung ever got weaker because of the eternal youth contract. He said himself, old age has no effect on his body or power, but it's the mind. Yes, you take out the Machete conversation when they pull up to his dusty ass house. I got you. Yeah. No, I think Jin Sung is the strongest. He will be right now. Didn't he say essentially higher rankers get stronger with age or something? Minus the broken arms. I do think he's reached his. I don't think I think he's plateaued. He's reached his pinnacle of strength, but like I think he's probably maintained it. But right now his arms hurt. So he said that he even said so against Dumas. So I don't know. Is it stronger or more experienced? It's possible more experienced. He's a technician. He's a technician. Don't forget that. They're not sandbags. We're technicians. Old age shouldn't be a thing for immortal beings, but I'm sure they're capable of getting rusty. Yeah, I'm sure if you don't train and you don't see like, I'm sure Caliban was Hodgin Sung's first real fight in eons, in a long time. Like that, I understand. So it's kind of like, damn, I've never had to like turn the jets on and in like and really fight for real in a long time. And that's why I think sometimes being at the top is not great because you can get complacent and get stuck and not really train. This is why I think it's always beneficial for you when you're growing in anything to face people or teams that are much better than you, much worse than you, on your level, a little bit above your level, a little bit below your level. So you get the all encompassing experience. Because some teams play to level their competition. A problem that I had when I was younger is if a team was bad at the bottom of the table, I wouldn't take them seriously, and I wouldn't play as well as I could. But always facing the best teams in the table or standing, or a team that's supposed to be better than us, I used to get up for that. Like they think they're nice, fuck these niggas. I'm about to cook them. So some of that stuff in psychology could be playing out factor here. Well, I'm still 100%. I still 100% that Kelly joins Bam or Bam will get the crystal. Oh, the Essence of Bravery. That I still see coming. So Kelly growing much stronger still makes sense to me. He would have a higher cap than Jin Sung to me at least. Yuri said that just only princesses alone on their own aren't enough to defeat 10 families. What do you think about it? I think that makes sense. Like you're especially talented woman in your family, and then you get the power boost. But just because you're a Zahard prince, doesn't mean that you're gonna like just wash everybody. You could be weaker than a lot of people, especially if they consistently train, have a bunch of items. They could be a direct descendant or related to somebody impactful. They might have like again inventory that's very hard to deal with. So there's a bunch of variables that play into this. But wait, you said that only princesses alone are strong. Oh, you're talking about what you said to Tiara. I don't think that's true. I don't think if you got every single princess in the tower and had them like attack the Pobedal family, I don't really think any of them would probably be able to fuck with Gustang. Unless Adori and I guess N join, and if we think they're outliers, different conversation. Just a different conversation. But it's hard to say. We just don't have enough answers, honestly. It's a lot of questions and not enough answers. And I'm not the person who likes to overly theorize. That's just not who I am. Nothing more CBL than Bam Singh is getting the essence of murder from Caliban. Pure head cannon. By the way, I think that SIU powered up Caliban, Yama, and those guys because Bam got Leviathan and White's power, and to retroactively make us think that those guys are supposed to still be stronger than him or on par with him. Yama got Arcanak and like the other tooth stuff as a kind of retroactive buff, if you will, on top of Caliban getting hit by Lyboric's electric storm and that somehow powering it up. Is Caliban still on his knees though? Is he still on his knees? Where is he at? I miss my boy. I miss 100 bands. Caliban, yeah. 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. Hey, he be punching niggas. Purehead Cannon, but I kind of feel like he is both. I get the vibe that higher ranking Shinsu probably gets more potent as they climb and they get older. Quality of Shinsu stays the same. Just more potent. Fair enough. Yuri was capping. The idea of getting the essence of bravery is just raise my blood pressure. I've always thought it was a possibility ever since that he talked about this nigga. I was like, oh, I guard the Master Emerald. I'm like, yeah, Bam finna get that someday. Do you guys foresee a Caliban and Bam rematch at some point though? Your Chaos Merchant couldn't cut Gus Dang until he was on the ropes. Most people think She's at least stronger than Yuri. They can have a Dorian end, but I don't know if they could take every family. Nah, yeah, she might have been capping a little bit. I'm hoping we got another season 2 POV switch at some point. Please show the other regulars for a while. You trying to see like what Kunran and the Knack and them? That'd be nice. I just think because of the portion that we're in and with the level of characters that we're fighting, I don't think SIU thinks that most people would be interested in seeing regulars still fight. I would personally, but it could be that because as much as Endorsi has been around, she's not doing anything but literally being what I call her. She's Uber. She's Uber premium, bong bong merchant. She's not fighting nobody. I think she's outclassed. She's not. They're not on Bam's level anymore, and I foresee this as being a problem unless they kind of get buffed. So we'll just see. I know physically she's probably not overly outclassed because of her being a Jaha princess, but it's gonna be tough carrying around some of these people if they're not at least ranker level. I'm so sorry, but full power Caliban Essa bravery greater than Leviathan Bam. I would have to see that play out. I don't I can't believe that based on what I believe, but what I've seen, I can't believe that. But again, I understand delays, and a lot of you guys are just being rational. I get that. What I'm saying is, I've already seen Bam defy the odds too many times in too many ways. I'm done with it because people were telling me, "Don't worry, Bam versus Karaka will be fine because Karaka's a high ranker." And Karaka had a worse performance than Bam. All he was trying to do was trying to like hold Caliban. He's like, bro, this shit is mid. Bam was the one that cracked Caliban, even though Hajin Sung already made that hole. And I did not think in my head, logically, it was time for Bam to beat White, but lo and behold, the dark changed. I'm just not playing this game with y'all anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not doubting him. I'm done with that. Those days are over. I'm gonna let him cook. Not sure if we talked about it yet, but I can't wait till Bam absorbs the pen of imagination. I that is kind of why I put the her pen though in the title, and I said let her cook, let her write, because I want her to get her pen back. But yeah, Bam about to get that. The rematch will happen. The white rematch happened randomly. True. Now that Jinsung is free, I don't think Bam will have much smoke with him, but he got powered up, so I don't know. I would like if Bam and Kali throw nothing but hands and he just earns every martial arts through a One Piece battle, aka 10-day long fight for no logical sense. Bam either beats Caliban in the fight or Caliban got experience of a harsh betrayal from Andorsi to Jihad and they turn against him unexpectedly. Yeah, I feel that. The only way they catch Bam level is him getting sealed, unless Bam could share his power with others. And then becoming part of FUG or Slayer after being released would be wild. I want White back. But I would like to see old school SIU at work for fights like that, like a name hunt or even a Perdity Jinsung fight. He can do fights. I want to see it again. The Empire could loan Calivan to Tramare. They could fight with the chess game is happening. Every time we thought Bam was outmatched when he fought somebody who was way too strong, Bam still won. That's kind of what I'm saying. I understand they're trying to be tempered because I think they think that it breaks the story if they go too far, but after 4 years or 3.5 years of being the one that was constantly trying to downplay Bam, I'm like, guess I'm just wrong. Like I gotta admit it, At some point, you gotta admit that you're wrong. If Bam gets the pen, there's no other power up he'd ever need. Do you think Bam will end up having a harem with the princesses? He'll always have a harem from the standpoint of multiple women will like him, but Bam doesn't come across to me as somebody who would actually like have multiple women unless something changes. Like I would see him. He's a one girl type of nigga in my opinion. Like if he finds a woman in the tower that he wants to be with, he's just gonna be with her for the rest of his life and have kids with her. I don't see him. He's not like me. He's better than me. He don't be slinging his dick like Kuna Dwan. We different. We we're a little different. The CBL be forgetting that experience in the tower goes. Oh no, not experience. These are the exact same arguments I used to make. It's just so funny to me how I'm on the complete other side of this coin. I literally have a video go called "Under Don't Underestimate the Tower." Go watch that. That was like 3, 4 years ago. I make those exact same points. That does not move me. No. Experience does not matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how experienced I am with this tennis ball. If you have a fucking Dr. Amganabo's blah, a laser that's just gonna eradicate it. No, 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 no. So this shit. I'm having a blast with this shit. This is so. Go watch my videos. I was the one constantly making these points. Go watch them. Go back. Go to the Tower of God playlist. I was talking just like that for years. And SIU was like, "What if I made Naya look like a complete fucking dumbass?" And I was like, "You son of a bitch. I'm in now." Nah, that shit don't matter. That's actually why I think he made Blue Hole, so we can just pull random strong niggas out of nowhere to counteract that. So yeah, so yeah. 100 holes Bam. Bam is a pay to win whale. There's no beating him. Sadly, it doesn't matter. White was much older and more experienced. Bam still beat him. He already has the power he needs. Can we please explore the thorns? Bams have a very traditional view of relationships. Everyone else understands that, but their relatives be laying pipe day and night. Nigga, I was just as annoyed 4 years ago. Fair enough. Fair enough. If it's been a consistent thing with you, fair enough. But I have seen the light, bro. I've seen the light. I have, I've drunk from the cup of the CBL chalice, and now I've seen the light. I used to think experience mattered too. Honestly, though, in a lot of Eastern storytelling, I'd argue a lot of times the experience isn't goes a long way that a lot of people want it to. I'd argue too. Like Ichigo's a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old new Shinigami beating these niggas who've been training with the blade for thousands of years. You know, that's kind of how it is. What's the meme they always say? Like extremely powerful, intelligent villain with a 10-year plan. 12-year-old with the power of friendship. Mink! Like, this is how it is. Especially in Eastern storytelling, in my opinion. Per my observation. One would think Bama's gonna one would think Bama's gonna have to lose something, but the power of the pen says otherwise. Experience did nothing for White. Remember the darkest, deepest foot. What experience do for him? Naya on the winning CBL side now. Good decision. Yes, I like it over here. I think because Ren is part of RED and he's actually gonna no. Bam said split. Mind you, he had a tricky ability he had to circumvent, but he was not. He was completely outclassed. Like I'm done with that. He's beating a ranker. The tower knows about that. It's just I'm done. I'm done with these games. Bam is one of the goats. Um, I wonder if the pen can fuck with people's memories or minds. So if Rachel got the pen, that'd be interesting. Exactly why I want to know more about the pen, bro. Honestly, TOG age matters more than experience. Facts. That's where the spear guy from Popodot came from. Isn't he a blue hole? I couldn't tell if Cosmic called him one or he called it, or if he called it Elder. You talking about Asensio? Wait, or no, you're talking about the Pobid. Wait, where the spear guy from Pobidao? Pobidao spear guy. You mean Mate? Mate was a dual family. He's Ha and Pobidao. If we're talking about Mate, Matte. Oh, concrete, hard ass booty ass nigga with his hard ass cheeks in the panel. I'm like, where do you get your concrete ass on my face, bro? The doper who fought Zam Zam. You talking about him? Um, Stories with immortal characters have it worse, to be frank. Like Bleach dudes be alive for centuries, but Ichigo after a week got them pressed. It's even harder to believe than an ordinary case. For stuff like that, I just kind of suspend my belief for the sake of the storytelling. Like they got the potential. So yeah. Or talk about Liboric. Was he a blue hole? Or just dual family? I know he was behind the scenes. He was behind the scenes. Like he was like working in the shadows the way you know what I'm saying, and he had like a good reputation with the door, but I remember them calling him a blue hole though. Blue holes were people like when they reintroduced Soho, I guess reintroduced, but are introduced to Soho and Kelhelm. There was some other ones that we saw. I don't know why I can't remember them, but I said that was kind of a smart decision in my opinion. So if he ever needs to pull out some demon who was in the tower when it first formed for Bamp to fight, he can make him how weak, strong, or skilled that he wants him to be. So I actually thought the blue hole thing was smart. That's what I would do. I would have Bam pretty much fighting blue holes, people that no one in the tower really remembers or was recorded, so I can make them as strong as I need them to be for the story. That's what I'd be doing at this point. The Agua. The Agua. Where was I at? Where was I at? Hey yo, hard ass. He wasn't. He was, bro. Concrete booty ass and what? And his all of his shit ripped. All he had some dinky little shorts on him in the panel, double cheeked up, double concrete up. Also, Elaine needs to get a weapon like Dumas. No, Dumas, not Mate. Oh, okay, okay, Dumas. Dumas. I don't. I think Dumas is rank 3 in the family, but I don't know if he's a blue hole. Very long experience not going to save you from a rookie coming off the bench, averaging 70 a game. Also, Ichigo was born to be Raw of Aizen's plan. I think his name was Dumbass. I'm not calling anyone dumbass. I swear it's Dumas. Dumas. Liborg is old as fuck though. When I think about it, yeah, because he was around the time of Hidden Grove. No, the one that snatched the book. Oh, one of the first class librarians? Like the guy who made the barrier that blocked Bam. Granted, in that scene, I felt like SCU was trying to reconnect or reestablish that there's some people in the tower who are even they are super different. So Bam, you're not ready for this level yet. But I'm like, this is base Bam though. You can't move me with that. He has to at least have those horns out or something. Then I would have been moved. But yeah. I do want to make it clear. I don't hate this chapter. This is one of those times where I'm like, oh, it's a setup chapter. We're just moving all the little things. We're understanding who Kirin is rolling with his Fire Nation gimmick. We're seeing what's really going on with the inner machinations of the Lopabia family and all the discord and dysfunction in the family. El Bozo, El Baba the Boo Boo showing his hand, Kirin showing his hand, and Lobadan pulling up to save his grandkids and daughter. So like, I don't have any issues with it. All I want to know is why did he take the pen from her? Give her the pen back. Um, is this going to be uploaded? I missed most of the stream due to having work around the time that you're streaming, so I usually watch them uploaded live streams. Yeah, this will be uploaded. So you're good, my cups. You're good. I actually thought Dumas was using a technique similar to the wave control cutter from Wohike Sung. No, he has like a carrier in a different, and then he has a Karaka gimmick plus being very strong, so he's gonna be a problem to deal with. But if he's a spell like Karaka, Bam could smoke him. For the CBLs, is Bam stronger than Lucelek? And if not, how close is full power Bam to Lucelek? I'm gonna give Lucelek the respect that he's comparable to the people he used to carry with. I don't think he's stronger than Lucelek yet. And I think once Lucelek understands that Bam is stronger than him, he's going to let him lead the family or lead FUG and take the reins and basically unite FUG under Bam's banner. I don't think he's there yet. No, that's why I say he's top 60 high ball, top 100 low ball. That's basically my assertion. If I had to give him the lowest possible rank, 100. Highest possible rank I'm comfortable with right now, it's 60. Bam maybe go SSJ2. Say he's like what if Bam Soul, The Crown, Leviathan, Thorn 1, Thor 2, True Self Mode, pushes himself, Administrator Power, Cutlery, Black March. Like he not doing all that shit. When I see all of those powers come out and he get packed up, I will change my tune. Until then, I'm just not hearing it. Just not moving me. I used an example before, right? And this you can say I've been conditioned to think this because of how much anime and stuff that I've seen. It's like any movie or any scene where I've seen Goku get beaten, right? If you knock Goku out and I see him like unconscious, but his hair's still yellow, he's fucking fine. I am not worried about him. If you knock him and his hair turns black, I'm like, oh shit, danger. But like I'm saying, I still think Bam took an L to Dumas. I'm not discounting that. They all took an L. My only point is they never fought him at full power. If I fight Goku and I beat his ass before he transforms, that's his damn fault, not mine. I don't have to wait for him to do that. But I did not beat Ultra Instinct Goku. So I cannot definitively say I'm more powerful than him. I could say I beat him. I mean, shit. Vegeta is 2-0 against Goku, if you think about it. Yeah, he had SSJ3, but he never used it for one reason or another. That's still an L, but that didn't mean Goku wasn't stronger at the time. That's how I'm looking at it. Blue holes make sense. Rankings in general only make sense for people actively making a name for themselves. If you take a break or retire, then you're not keeping your spot. Do you think if we jump to the tree of Arlene, it would be too many moving parts at this point? Possibly, but it'd be a nice change of pace. Plus, I could see Mia Love and be moved. Huradon, I think, is the wave controller name was. Okay. I don't understand how new travels across the tower. Neither do I. I stopped trying to care. Simple, it does it. You just got to gather the info yourself. I wish Bam had never had all these power ups, but instead recalled on training or situations opponents he had in the past to grow stronger. I've already said this before. I'll make a video about this too. I forgot to write this down on one of my video topics. I should do it now before I forget. But it actually has been a consistent theme in Tower of God that you get powers through external power ups, through whatever your normal lineage is and whatnot. Most it's not that people don't train, people haven't trained in Tower of God, but most power ups are handed out. They're hands up. I have to show you guys all the examples. Yes, Bam trained with JVG for those years he was separated from his friend after the first season. Yes, Bam did train to like fight when he fought like against Daniel on the staircase when he went to all those dojos to learn all the different martial arts. Yes, Yamo trained to get complete Houndborn transformation so he can beat Doom. Not saying motherfuckers don't train. Chian Hee Ha and Sahacha also had differing paths where Sahacha was much more gifted. Chian Hee Ha trained her ass off to become an army. I'm not saying there's not examples of people who didn't work hard for what they got, but that only pushes you so far. Your actual lineage, how you're born, who you're connected to, and whatnot, plays a factor into where you're going to plateau. And ultimately, getting stuff like the Essence of Bravery, the Black March, getting the pen from Gustang, those are the things that actually, those external power ups, it's actually consistent. It's Power God's always been like that. It's not a blood, sweat, and tears series in that sense, which I was wrong about. So I actually amended my stance on that. But I feel you though. Personally, I want to see them in the gym doing push ups and being like, you know what? This ability is similar to this ability that I saw back in, and drawing upon their knowledge and experience and wisdom in order to help them propel them in new fights. So yeah. Don't forget whatever that rain ability he used against White. To me, still Bam's most hype ability. Just how cool that looks. Fair enough. The Black Rain, yeah, I got you. Like top 60, like a Vankel trash ass. A Vankel's trash ass is top 300. She was only top 60 because she was floor ruler. Oh, you guys, a Vankel. You say you pop niggas, you don't pop niggas. You say you fight niggas, you don't fight niggas. They say, do you know how niggas? You say niggas know how you get down. Niggas don't know how you get down. Vankel don't move me. I don't know how the other niggas have internet, but you're right. Ain't have a flea on site bounty for everyone to know about. True. That's why you had literally had Yuri say, "I'm gonna let Bam absorb this shit right here, right now, so we can go ahead and fight Jihad tomorrow. He will be unstoppable with limitless Shinsu, in my opinion." Direct quote from SIU. If only Slave and Nero set up moments where Bam trains or what he has. He has. He has. It's so funny to me that in one of your latest official reactions, you bet that we would be at this tree soon, and now we still ain't there. I was fucking wrong. I'll be wrong. That's why I'm like, what's gonna happen? I'm like, you really think I'm tired of being wrong and getting clowned on? I'll be wrong. I don't know. I just take the story at face value at this point. Bradley would scratch him, and he put all his power in his arms to keep up with the physical power. He took advantage of the small space. If he had fought in other circumstances, White will win. You're free to believe that. I don't, but fair enough. Draw Wagner has been waiting for 170 chances to sneak someone with that weird sword needle. I miss him. I know, where's that needle at? That's ability. You could train to be able to handle power ups, I guess. True. I wonder if Urek was ever given anything. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't like I've seen. I mean, Andrew had like the thorn or horn that he created, whatever for Bam, so to speak. Jihad has his contracts and items that he got climbing the tower. Urek throws Shinshu at the speed of light. I don't know. We'll see. I guess you could say that he probably has connections to people with that kind of stuff because he did have the little syringe that separated the rest of from Hell Joe. So yeah. How do you feel with the pacing of this arc? I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like we're all over the place, personally speaking. Sometimes we're moving at a good pace, then sometimes we're not. You're right. He did beat up Quad. Was it Quadrado? He beat up for the Kranos, then he gave it to Yuri. But I think we're just a little all over the place. Honestly, I just right now, Tower of God to me is reminding me of Dressrosa, where I felt that it was a little disorganized. That's my biggest critique of it. It's a little disorganized in my opinion. But again, if something happens later on that makes sense of all of this, I will completely amend my stance. I'm trying to be patient and wait to see it all come together. To see if okay, this connects to this and that connects to this and that connects to this and that connects to this and it makes this nice enclosed circle and in the grand scheme it all made sense. That's what I'm kind of waiting for and waiting to do. I'm trying not to have a knee jerk overreaction. So yeah, Kranos, White loses the Bam every time. Homie's a spell. That means he just Bam's food. Yeah. Anyone saying Bam ain't just outclass White needs to read again. White himself admitted Bam was stronger than him. That's the part that I don't think people really realize. And he said it to himself. To himself. And he's a prideful dude. And that was the moment where I'm like, I had to take it at face value. And he was fighting for his life. And he wanted that irregular soul power up, like he was salivating for it. So I had to take that at face value. I think anyone else saying otherwise is just coping or just trying to find rationalizations for why it made sense to them, and it didn't make sense. I think that was one of the worst. I stand on this to this day. Don't care how you feel about it. You can call me all the names you want. That's the worst part of Tower of God. Is White versus Bam, in my honest opinion. He stole Kratos. Yeah, he beat his ass and took it. What happened to all the characters introduced in the earlier season, like Rand, for example? We ain't seen Rand since he was in the bed post Name Hunt Station. I haven't seen that little nigga in a long time. I don't know where he at. I miss him. I have no clue. The comparison to One Piece is the most accurate feeling. Honestly, there's so much overlap in terms of issues that I have with both of these with Oda and Slave in Utero, but I'll save that for another day. I do want to say though, I don't have any smoke with this chapter. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm fine. I just wish, bro, the pen, the pen, the pen, the pen, the pen. Hold on, I'm gonna write something. All right, let Tiara cook. The pen. Let her cook. Let her rock. Let her be great. Let Tiara be great again. We've been in like 20 different locations in like 20 chapters. Yeah, I feel that. SI needs to channel his inner Kurigama and tile shit together. I'm with you, Naya. It's been a little disorganized. I feel like but I like it this way. I actually think it's the best way to draw, illustrate, explain a multi-level war. There's supposed to be shit happening everywhere. That's if the convergence is what is done well and it all comes together. I have no problem being confused and thrown into disarray and disorder, and then by it's all said and done, it just buttons up neatly. Like, oh wow, you had a plan. I apologize. So I'm not mad at you for that. I hear you. But right now I don't know what to make of this. I have to see how it all ends. So I feel that. Rand crossed over to Kubera and became one of the major Sire Afi. Your point about power up seems spot on. Even when we see Data Jihad's main moves came from his swords and transformations, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he had learned to use the inner Shinwan Ryu, not akin to Rand's read on their pill and stuff. So like he did have technique and abilities and skills, but he had the three forms of Legolas, like Silos, whatever it's called, and Cosmos and all that. Yeah, there was a lot of that. Yeah. So I do want to make that clear and amend my stance to this. I'll make a video on that. I'll tell you guys this while you're here. While we have 26 people here, right? So I think I told you guys that next year I'm going to be doing a lot of video essays. You'll still get these streams, but it's just that I think on average I put out 5, 6, or 7 videos a week. It won't be that much. You'll get less, but of better quality. Right now, I'm working a bunch of mini essays. I already have 6 scripts already written. I was gonna ask my patrons if you wanted to see the scripts beforehand, in case you think there's something I should add to it. I'll give you absolute credit if it's your point. I'm not gonna steal your point. Um, I was always taught using someone else's argument to bolster your own or make your essay or case stronger is actually the hallmark of someone extremely intelligent. So I always run with that. I don't plagiarize. I hate that shit. So I'm working on some mini essays to kind of prepare me for what I'm going to do. So I'm writing scripts. So like I'll give you the two first ones that I'm already going to do is the ride versus the ending. Something we spoke about a little bit today. The journey versus the end of a series, weighing them, what's more important, or is it a case by case scenario, and what makes a fight scene truly elite. The choreography, the music, the animation, the paneling, X, Y, and Z, the emotional stakes, all of that. So those will be, so you'll be getting a lot of that stuff coming out too. I plan on doing a Black Lagoon video, a couple of recommendation ones too, just to kind of really dive back into my analysis bag. So stay tuned for that. But the first three videos will be Tower God, Kubera, and One Piece One to stay for the new year. These will on average be I'm saying about 45 minutes and the short end maybe 20 minutes. Don't know that I can do an hour because I am concise by nature. I am not a long-winded individual. I feel like I could be concise to a fault. I'll give you an example in a second when we get to the comments though. I can't think of any sci-fi novel series that has explained multi-level arena war without it being a little confusing. I could think of a couple. I can think of a few, not sci-fi, but like some supernatural stuff from some of the comic books that I read, where you've always had an idea of what was going on. Not that everyone was always being honest, because I even think all things considered, the Civil War comic book event, I thought that was really well done. Yes, people were planning, we didn't know everything, but it was kind of seamless with that comic book event. There's examples I could think of, even in Monstrous with Sana Takeda and Marjorie Liu, even with that conflict, I thought there was mysteries and unknowns, but I was cool. But I'm with you. War should be confusing. The fog of war, no one's being honest, red flags upon a red flags. It makes sense. I'm not mad at your point. Your point makes sense to me. It's salient. I start Kubera. I'm chapter 8. When does it blow my mind? I am liking it though. A little confusing, but that happened with TOG, and now I understand it's so easy. I will be honest. I think Kubera was good from the first chapter. I'm one of those people. However, even I was like, okay, it's a slow burn, it's a slow IV drip for like the first season. I think it's during season 2 where a lot of the stuff starts to really pick up, and you're like, oh my god, this meal is delicious. What is she cooking in the kitchen? Here's my best thing for you. Go watch my videos where I recommend it. Kubera is the ultimate series that I've read in like the past, I would say 6 years or so, that rewards your patience. If you're patient with it, and even if you sit through something that you might think is not that entertaining yet, it rewards your patience when you see where all of those plot threads end up, how it converges, what this scene you thought meant something, but now with added context, it recontextualizes the old scene that you saw. It does reward your patience. Even if you're, because even me, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first season, if you watch my review, I was like, ah, man, it's so good, like intellectually and everything. I know that, but I just like it's a little slow, you know. But I prefer a slow start instead of a fast start, and then later on you're trying to recapture what you did in the beginning. All things that I'll talk about in due time. But yeah, where was I at? Where was I at? Where was I at? I don't know where I was at. I lost myself. Ran, you point out power ups. Jahad, Demon inside him was probably power up too. It's possible. Or maybe like a monster like Bam, let TR cook. I just want to see how all the plot points can join at the end too. Any family head that doesn't show the possible death takedown of a family head as a clown. I know we won't get that, but to me it makes zero sense that they want it. Maybe they sleep though. I hear you. Yuri in season 1, her rank was 500. Well, she was in the top 500 plus 13 years. Now, what do you think her rank is currently? Probably top 300, 300, 200 safely. I wonder how SLU will write people like Rack, AA, and Dorsey being actually impactful again from a combat standpoint, if it will happen again. That's a good question to ask yourself, too. I mean, Bleach anime doing new content was refreshing. Letting Kubo fix his name, yes. I have to watch the last 2 episodes, though. The Shinsu qualities are so cool to me. I wonder if Sticky Shinsu can go for amplification. Dorian Frog also has green Sticky Shinsu. And again, if someone has like a glue or web or tape ability, that'd be super, super dope for them to have that Shinsu quality. I like that. An adhesive Shinsu quality is useful in my opinion. Speaking of Tiara and the pen, though, was that all she's got? It seems interesting that it might be a crutch for her. Oh, I think that might be her main gimmick. That is her main weapon and way of fighting. But do you fault a swordsman who's not a particularly great hand-to-hand combatant, even if he's still physically capable, if he doesn't have a sword. That's kind of how I see it. I'm not. I understand that she might have been used as that might be her actual way of fighting, but it's like being like, oh, this glaive user who's known for using their glaive doesn't have their glaive, so they're not particularly adept at hand-to-hand combat. I don't always fault them for that, but I think Tiara has shown with headbutting and kicking Yuri when Yuri got in close that she's physically capable. So I don't think she's a shitty fighter. It's just she does that in tandem with the writing. You'll need at least 6 hours to explain how strong Bam is. I don't know. I could do it in. I think I could do it in 16. Um, I respect. I respect consciousness. I watched a video earlier on Jiraiya design slip up by the anime, and that dude talked in circles to extend the runtime. Oh, conciseness. Yeah, I am. Like so, the best example that I can think of when I realized that maybe I'm concise to a fault was this. So this is before Ultimate Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, and I made a little video actually predicting what new characters will we get. And one of them I threw in was Sora, but I really put a Riku because I'm a Riku guy. I don't like Sora. I hate him. I like Riku, Aqua. I like Zemnis. Those are my boys. Saix or Isa. But anyways, right? And basically, I said that because Kingdom Hearts was on a Nintendo system, it's possible. I think they do whatever they want. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason for what they add, when they do it. Don't add Smash characters, but I basically said, there was Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance and whatnot, and like Dream Drop this in a 3DS. I'm like, yeah, like it's possible, right? I didn't use every single example of a Kingdom Hearts game being on a Nintendo console because I didn't do Recoded for DS, right? And someone was like, "You forgot to put Recoded," and it's like, did I need to use every single example of a Kingdom Hearts Nintendo game to make my point salient? I don't think that I needed to do that, which is why I wonder sometimes, am I concise to a fault? Because if I make the point, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to give you 5 examples to make the same point all the time. I don't like when they do that shit. If I put on a long form video and it's like, bro, you said the same thing 4 times in a row, but you've used different examples. I fucking get it. Move on. Shit is annoying. So I'm with you. I don't like long winded people. So I hear you. The first season lays an immaculate foundation for a beautiful house. Absolutely. I will always stand by season 1 and 2 of Tower of God being an absolute. Yes, I had issues in the last station, but season 1 and season 2 from top to bottom, I think are great. It's season 3 where I start getting some headaches. Bars. Yeah, you sold it to me. I'm gonna start reading Kubera and treating it with some respect. Yeah, it's I wouldn't cap about this because it's not even like it's a super popular series that I'm like gaining clout off of. Like I'm doing this because I'm passionate about storytelling and the construction of narratives, and I just very impressed with what she's been doing with her story. It's really good, man. I really mean that. So yeah, yeah. Um, Liliel has a lioness. Her dad's a snake. So who's to say how animals work would be? That's a good point. Spider Mommy's hatchling uses webs, so your boy cut through them. Yep, he's different. If Tiara's main thing is her pen, that's fine. That's why I always related LaFave or whatever her name was, only a high ranker because of them bullets. She got the gun gimmick. But I don't see any Kubera apart from you. I don't think it's worth anyone's interest to talk about it because it's not going to get them popularity. Most people make videos. I'm not saying I don't make videos that I don't want people to watch, but most people do this just for the money, the clout, and the money, clout, and views. And I want to put something meaningful out there more often than not than just something that's going to get me popular. Because I've somewhat tested it, and I find that when I do power scaling Tower of God videos, they do well, and I could just talk about Jihad versus Enryu and this all the day, but I'm not interested in always talking about that. When the time comes and the feeling hits me, sure. But if I lean into that, I think things could be different. But I have to stay true to myself. It's very important that I do that. I don't want to lose myself and become popular for something that I'm not. Let's hope that the pain has a lock function and only works with her Shinsu and hers alone. A character who spends the time developing one move or ability is always interesting and more interesting and noteworthy than a guy who sucks every ability, every chapter, and now even books. Let me stop, man. It's like Zenitsu with just Thunder and Flash, but honing it to be like the best quick draw of all time. To be fair, it does sound like a Kingdom Hearts fan to complain about tiny things like that. Some of them age past the game, but never grew up somehow. I'm done with Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan anymore, but I'm just saying, like, that's just something that I thought about, like an example that I use in my head. But yeah, fair enough. Oh, I meant Kubera, lol, but TOG did well with his foundation too. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, true. Yes. What's the problem in the last station? The last station, there's no, I don't have a like overarching problem with the last station. I had things I didn't like, but I saw the power scaling cracks start to show itself with how the way like the some of the fights played out and with what Bam was able to do and stuff. And I thought it was a little bit jarring that he was able to like be on this battlefield with a lot of these rankers and high rankers. And I'm like, this could rear its head later on and become a problem. You could look at all those live reactions, all those videos from that time period, and you would hear me say this ad nauseum. I'm not mad yet, but I'm seeing cracks in the ground that could become that could open up and cause a problem. That's all. That's all I was saying with the last station. I'm seeing some potential future issues. But ultimately, it's my least favorite part of season 2, but I don't dislike it. The snake gave us the seed. I wouldn't consider him a member of the family. I told myself I was going to read a short series next. Guess I'm reading 600 chapters of Kubera instead. Well, I say this a lot, and some people don't think it's fair. So I'll give you two. My favorite arc, and technically it's just a game, is Han Sung-Yu's examination. It's the test with the doors, where Ship figures out on his own just to open a door in 5 minutes. That's that was my hook for Tower of God. I think every series has a hook where when you experience that moment, that character, that hype, that scenario, that's when you go, oh yeah, I'm here for the long ride, and you strap in. And that really impressed me. And at the time, I thought that this would be a series where might doesn't always make right. The cerebral characters and the smart ones will always have a part to play, even if they can't fight. They'll be able to give directions and do like scouting and stuff like that. I can't say that my point is has come full circle in present Tower of God, but that was my favorite part. I really like that game a lot. But aside from that, I would probably go with the workshop from like one shot, one opportunity to like the Ran and the Knack and the stuff like there too. And I'd throw in the Floor of Death. I can redo those like make some like updated versions of like my favorite characters, favorite arcs, and abilities and stuff like that. So we can do that. We can do that. Um, Tiara is a hunter manipulator. I feel it. But you guys got any final questions? I'm gonna wrap up. I got some editing I want to do. Please stay tuned for the video essays and the mini ones coming out. I think you guys are gonna like it. Um, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into it. I'm not usually a script guy. I like to go off the top. And part of the reason why I like to go off the top is because I have a problem with staying on track. Even if I script it perfectly, while I'm reading it, I will think of something on the spot and go on a tangent. That's just how I am. But I think this format will work for me very well. I do. To be honest, for me, he hasn't destroyed the series. He was close with Bam versus White, but after that, he's doing nothing but not. He's doing fine, nothing crazy. The only problem is arc is the pacing. I mean, I disagree with that, but that's okay. That's why I think conversations are interesting. I don't like circle jerks where everyone just like, yeah, we're all in agreement. Yeah, we all hate this. We all love this. I like that we talk about it. You might have your viewpoint, I have my viewpoint. We just kind of just see who's right in the end. But no, I think there's more issues. I think there's power scaling issues. I think there's consistency issues and stuff like that. But this chapter, I was not mad at that. So yeah, tease a couple of topics. Okay, Black Lagoon. I'm doing a BoJack Horseman video. What makes a fight scene good? The ride versus the ending. I'm actually redoing an older Diano Ace video because it's like one of the first videos I ever made, and I think I could do it much better. So I kind of repurposed the script and rewrote it and added some Act 2 stuff in it. Not to spoil anyone, but it's more of a recommendation one. Um, if you know what Dritz did with One Piece, let's say I'm doing something similar with Tower of God, but not to that degree. I'm not talking about a downfall necessarily. I want to talk about the change. We'll leave it at that. If you're on my Patreon, you know. What are these scripts, bro? Are they basically opinionated preludes like the ones that I'm doing right now? Are more me testing the waters and me getting used to the idea of writing scripts and then editing videos. Because I usually just come here and speak. That's why I stutter and I mix up words. I might say the wrong name, have to correct it. But with this, there'll probably be no mistakes. It'll just be like me reading straight up, whatever, whatever. So yeah. Question: which author wrote this chapter? S, I, or U? Let's set a baseline. This one might have been I. It might have been I. Might have been I. Because it was all things considered. It was just a. You know what? It was you that recommended the pen get stolen, but I did everything else. So yeah, Arga's gonna be fine with a good crazy ending, heavy lore by the end, and and benched. But I see why people are mad. Yeah, wrote this chapter. You will be cooking. Yeah, this was fun. Always cool to catch a live. It's not to talk TOG because the official on the transfer makes it a hard time. Appreciate your time, G. The live videos will continue in 2024. Yes, I'm not gonna stop doing this. Don't worry. I won't do it. I won't stop doing this. It's just that you're not like usually like a lot of the like streams that I do and I make videos that like would go out like usually basically it's like what Sunday Tower God live reaction. Monday, Tower God discussion. Then Kubera video. Then I usually have the other 2 to 3 days to do kind of what I want. I might take an excerpt from my stream, a discussion from my stream, or cook something up on the spot, or something that I made in advance. But I'm not going to be doing that now. I'm going to be working on this. I've already written 6 scripts in total. So yeah. So yeah. But these ones will probably be more so 10 to 20 minutes, but later they'll be 20 and beyond. Probably won't ever really exceed an hour. I imagine at most these will be 40 to 45 minutes. So yeah. I would like to say the one who writes TOG universe is cooking. I is the one who writes fiction and it's cooking. Yeah, no, but small mistakes make it authentic. To be honest, seeing reactors change their mind mid thought will always be interesting in my opinion. That's kind of why I like going off the cuff. It's more honest to me. Or like maybe in a 2 hour stream, I had an opinion at minute 30, and the chat made sense for 30 minutes, and I amend my stance an hour and 20 minutes in. So yeah. One thing I liked about this arc was Holland getting mad, the Bidau family saying I'm going to kill them all, but that plot point is going nowhere sadly. Yeah, you should do a season 1 like in 20 minutes. I actually have my season 1, 2, and 3 Kubera reviews are me legitimately talking about why I was impressed with it, but also really going through almost chronologically what happened. When you finish, so my suggestion to you is finish season 1, watch my review. Finish season 2, watch my review, or have it on in the background and listen to it. Cause like I didn't script those, but I took notes as I was reading, and I saved panels specifically in a set order so I can remember which point related to each panel, to each point related to each panel. Like I think I did a pretty good job with it, even though it was off the cuff and not a scripted video. Go on my Kubera playlist. I cooked up a lot of good Kubera videos in my opinion. But all right, y'all. Y'all be safe. We'll be back next week on Monday. Remember, it was our Thanksgiving yesterday and Monday. That's why I wasn't around. I was eating turkey. So you guys be safe. I always appreciate you guys coming through. This was fun, and I'm out. I'm out. Stay tuned for the videos, man.